Y'all, so I'm visiting a couple countries in Africa, and the few countries that I've been through, I've had several people tell me, please don't bleach your skin. Please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad that it's a bleaching pandemic. For all the women who want to bleach their skin because of a man, and the colorism, and to be lighter, to be prettier, don't bleach your skin. Love yourself, y'all. Love yourself. It's so crazy that I've gotten so many of these things, so many people telling me, please don't bleach your skin. Like, it's so sad. My fellow people in Africa have to tell me not to bleach my skin. I'm already confident enough in myself to love my skin color, but to hear this from like numerous people from the west to the south to the east.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in today's episode, we're going to be reacting to a video of a South African woman who gives us the experience she had with skin bleaching in South Africa.
Right, and the reason why we decided to address this topic today is, statistically, Africa, the percentage of people who are bleaching as of right now has shot up to 44%.
Right.
And considering that is a pretty big number if you think of it.
Right, out of the whole of Africa, 44% of our population are bleaching their skins. And when you look at in countries individually, right, Nigeria has the highest percentage, with them leading with 77% of their population who are bleaching. And guys, Nigeria is quite a big country with a huge population.
I believe around over 200 million people.
Right.
Of the 200 million people, 77% of them are willingly and deliberately getting rid of their melanin,
right,
so that they can receive favors either from the movie industries or at workplaces.
Right, and the sad part about this is that we also have influencers in these said countries who are encouraging this lifestyle. Okay, for South Africans, I know you know the person I'm about to mention, and for those ones who don't know the person I'm about to mention, I encourage you, maybe you can go and check her social. She's very famous and popular in South Africa.
Yeah, she's called Kanyimbao.
Right.
Now, Kanyimbao was a beautiful melanated sister from South Africa, and then she changed her race to white by bleaching, and then right now she's in the process of changing her race from white to now Chinese.
Through
cosmetic channels.
Right.
A Chinese woman with African hips and bam bam.
Right. So you can see it's quite sad that even the people you hold to a pedestal like celebrities are encouraging these numbers.
Young
and
girls.
She even has products that she endorses and promotes about bleaching. In Nigeria, when you look at their Bollywood, oh my goodness, don't even get me started. Nollywood industry.
Even
right
men
now
are bleaching like nobody's business.
When you look at someone like, let me mention someone like Leonard Frederick. Hear the name, guys. Leonard Frederick.
There's nothing African about that name, number one. And number two, right now, I don't know why I feel like the Nigerian movie industry is kind of departing from the cultural values it used to teach Africans.
Exactly.
It's
right now,
emulating more of the Western
culture, Western standards. You know, even the way they typecast. Hopefully, we can get some examples so that we can play you on the screens. They're typecasting right now, and you see specific type of women who are put to be lead roles, and then that is the light-skinned women who have the what do they call them, 8-hourglass figure. Yeah, such women, Kim Kardashian type of figure, body figures, you know. And BBL is also becoming very common in Nigeria.
Now, this type of casting, they'll always put a black or dark-skinned woman to be a supporting role or a helper to the light-skinned woman. And you know, right now, observing all of this in the movie industry, not only in Nigeria but all over Africa,
right,
it kind of reminds me of the episode we did where Hollywood was right now the mono black woman, like completely black woman in Hollywood is not often casted. You see mostly biracials who represent the black community.
Right. And then guys, you ask yourself, when is colorism going to ever end in Africa? You ask yourself, when is discrimination and racism ever going to end in Africa if they want to push this agenda of a light-skinned person being successful and favored in Africa, right?
Right. But before we answer that question, please leave us a comment on what you think about this episode, and also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel. Let's watch and then we come back and talk about it.
Nigeria has declared skin lightening a national health emergency. Now, this article is from February, but actually the news made it to the British Medical Journal this month. Apart from these creams causing discoloration, acne, stretch marks, bruising, even skin cancer, there are a group of kidney doctors in Nigeria who are noticing that young people without any previous medical history were coming in with kidney failure and needing dialysis. And the current thinking is that this is happening because some of these creams contain mercury, which can affect the kidneys. Now, once your kidneys stop working, your only options are dialysis or a kidney transplant. This is not something to play with.
If you're not bleaching, you're not saying nothing, because bleaching turn up the thing. So when you bleach, America look more nicer, look more sexier, and look more cuter than you was.
Soweto, South Africa. Here lives Lebogang, a 35-year-old single mother who has been using skin bleaching creams for over 15 years.
I couldn't stop at all. I was in hunger for that beauty. I even mixed it with my body lotion so that I could be light the whole body, not the face only.
In her 20s, Lebogang became jealous when her friends gradually became lighter in complexion. She started using the same bleaching products, switching to different brands over the years depending on what her friends were using.
First, I was very beautiful, light, like a white woman. But after the after effects, that's when they started. I was becoming red and itchy, especially when I went outside to the sun. My skin went completely wrong.
Lebogang was not aware of the long-term price she paid. But how could she know? Skin bleaching products are readily available in supermarkets, salons and corner shops in South Africa, the purchase not accompanied by any medical guidance. Lebogang takes us to her local supermarket to show us how easy it is to buy these creams.
So what's the difference? This one is for black spot. So if you got like dark spots, it's taking out dark spots.
It's not difficult to buy them because they are very cheap. Some of them are cheap than from getting one from the doctor, and then you can even get them from the street vendors.
40% Africans bleach their skins. That's according to the World Health Organization, and more research shows that most are unaware of the potential harm and do not consult doctors. Twin doctors Kanisile and Ziyanda Debele advocate actively against the use of skin bleaching products. They are shocked to find them easily available to shop online. Products containing mercury, steroids, and hydroquinone, ingredients with devastating consequences.
This is absolutely shocking for me. This is actually the first time I've seen a 4% hydroquinone
On the market.
just freely available like this. So.
They even sell in combos.
Yeah,
to make it easier for you in bulk, hey?
That product there, HQ2%.
It's abbreviated as HQ. Now you may think, 2% it's a low amount, right?
But any hydroquinone has been banned out of all products, all cosmetic products in South Africa. So whether it's 1%, 2%, it does not matter. It cannot be contained in any cosmetic products.
It's banned. It's literally banned. Skin bleaching products are banned in South Africa, in Africa, in so many places.
Hydroquinone and illegal steroids.
Yeah.
Banned.
But people are still selling those exact products on the internet.
This patient over here is a patient who got severe steroid acne on the chest area. So this is classic of it. It happens on the chest and on the back, the upper back. This patient over here is a patient who you can tell was using hydroquinone for a very, very long time. How do we know that? They're starting to have the complications of the ochronosis.
When patients stop using skin bleaching creams, they usually become darker, so they bleach more and struggle to stop.
It's a back and forth. Anyone who bleaches their skin will have hyperpigmentation when they stop bleaching their skin. So now they have to go through the whole bleaching thing again in order to try and even out their skin tone. And they don't have the patience for that stuff to happen, long term. They want it to happen now, so they keep going back. That's why they can't stop.
Back in Soweto, Lebogang tries to restore her skin with natural oils. Is there hope that her skin will heal? She used ingredients usually prescribed for a maximum of 3 months for 15 years.
If you stop using them, you look like a crane, you look more older because you have stopped using them. They're not good at all. People are getting hurt. It's not okay. The government should do something about it.
Disregarding the legal ban on the creams, scores of South African influencers and celebrities like Kanye Mbau are promoting and selling their creams online. Colorism, a specific form of racism, stems from stereotypes regarding dark skin. It is normalized through images we see in the media, successful black artists with light complexions like Beyonce, Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey, and the underrepresentation of darker tones.
So guys, welcome back. After watching this episode, we asked before we took a break to watch the video, when will colorism end in Africa, or when will bleaching start to stop in Africa? My personal opinion, I feel like this is where civic education comes in.
Because when they're promoting this type of lifestyle, what these celebrities don't tell their followers, they only showcase the
glamorous part of being light-skinned after bleaching.
Exactly. What they don't tell you is the health repercussion that comes afterwards. You know, and I'm telling myself, for as long as we still have self-hating Africans, because there is a lot of them, you even see this through how they treat foreigners in Africa and how they treat their own local people. If you find an Indian, or if you find a lighter-skinned Indian, or if you find a Muzungu, a white person, or if you find someone who's a foreigner who's not black, they tend to treat that person better, almost like worshipping the white skin, you know. So for as long as this type of Africans, this crop of them, do not see the value in why they are the way they are, like I normally say, we are very blessed to find ourselves melanated, and also to find ourselves in a continent like Africa that has abundance, you know. And I tell myself, you know, God does not make mistakes in
when
choosing.
He creates people.
Exactly.
And in the case of this young, well, I don't know if she's young, this lady who was narrating her story of bleaching, and right now how she's trying to recover her skin. But picture the situation of those who are far gone. First of all, your melanin was not meant to be interfered with.
Right.
While some, you know, palm-colored people are busy milking the melanin out of missing people's organs, you're deliberately
ejecting it out of your system.
Yeah, and you know, when you stop bleaching, as they said, as you can notice, even in Nigerian movies, they're much older women who are kind of light-skinned, but not really, because they bought their light-skinness.
Exactly.
They have spots here in the cheeks
that betray them.
Yeah, that they used to bleach, you know. And this, you know, they are lifelong conditions that you will not get rid of. You will have to deal with. Whereas instead, if you had opted to keep your melanin, you would have had a very glowy skin, you know.
Right. What these people forget is that you know, industries, they really don't care about you, and they are going to exploit every type of insecurities you have. It's why people like Kim Kardashian have been used in the Hollywood industry to promote cosmetic surgery because they know. It's why people like Kylie, imagine the audacity, someone coming into your screens and lying to you that using a lip kit
will make you have plumpy,
and people believe this stuff, and I'm
like you have to be a special breed of person to believe that Kylie applied. Guys, you know what you're trying to say, right?
Right. And then you deliberately put yourself in this situation where, you know, when I step outside in the sun, like I can really walk without worries, without fear, you know.
Yeah,
but
I just apply my Vaseline and I'm good to go.
Right. But you put yourself in a situation where
you need an umbrella.
You now adapt the kind of problems palm color people have.
Boiling under the sun. Like literally your skin is boiling under the sun and peeling.
Why would you want that type of lifestyle? But as Maureen says, I think in Africa right now, it's that self-awareness that some people do not have.
A lot of people don't have.
Exactly. You need to find yourself and know the importance of who you are.
And you know, the most unfortunate thing about this situation is when you want to do skin bleaching, you'll find more information about skin bleaching than you will easily find what importance your melanin holds to you. Meaning, some information that harm you are more on the internet, but not in a way to tell you that it will harm you. It will glorify how bleaching is good for you. But these same people, well, they don't, break a leg to go and find out why they should retain their melanin. It's not talked about often in Africa.
But I still say that's just self-hating. Because for as a grown person, you get to an age where you are at and you still don't know the importance of you as a person. It's why you want to go and you want to. This girl changed her skin because of the influence of the peer pressure, right?
Of the group of friends she was hanging out with.
And for you to even see her indecisiveness, she used to jump from one product to another because there's a friend who came and is using a certain bleaching cream and she's looking better.
This friend recommended this and her results didn't come early. So this other friend recommended this and she jumped to this other. She was, let's just say, a prostitute of the product.
Right. And guys, I'm just gonna say, for this crop of Africans, I'm not even going to hold your hand as I tell you this. Stupid actions deserve stupid consequences, and if you don't believe that, just go ahead and do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, the consequences will always come and you'll always have to live with them, right?
Yeah, we once even saw a documentary from Nigeria where mothers would go as far as scrubbing their black baby's skin with rocks. These rocks that you used to bathe with. They're scrubbing them with it so that the kids could become lighter.
You can't fight against what you're meant to be.
It's even deep in your organs, And others would even start applying those harmful creams to babies. Are they babies or toddlers or little? They're just so little. There's even nowhere to touch when you're applying those products. But they'd apply it throughout the whole body of those kids. They didn't even have a say if they wanted to use the products or not.
Anyway, guys, I think we'll leave it at that. You let us know what you think about this episode. Also consider subscribing. My parting shot is, at the end of the day, ignorance has no defense. Before you decide to make a decision, right? Even a simple thing as buying glass, right? A glass to drink water with. You'll have to go onto the internet and do your research. Which brand is the best, right? And you'll have to look at reviews, because there'll always be a certain group of customers who complain about something. So you saying that there's not enough civic and education for people to understand the implications of bleaching skin. I feel like someone who wants to really know everything about it before they walk into that lifestyle, you get even the negative impacts of it. Only that, because you don't want to know, you only have one goal. You just want to be light skin. You don't even want to look up the negative impacts of what you're doing, right? So people are still going to do what they're gonna do, so let them they'll have to live with the results.
But I just hope in the near future that number doesn't go up. But I do feel like we'll see it going even higher, because Nigeria right now, it's bad. It's really Nigerians in our platform,
not to say that it doesn't happen in other African countries, right?
Guys, when we say in Nigeria it's bad, you feel really like it's a personal attack, but it's not. We are outsiders looking in. Even in your movie industries, even in entertainment industries, through musicians, it's everywhere. And by you accepting that there's a problem in the continent, that is how we start fixing it.
If they want it fixed.
Because even drunkards, they don't usually like to admit that they are drunkards, but the ones who usually do admit, that is how they start getting help.
Right. Anyway, let's leave it at that, guys. Thank you so much for joining our episode. Let's catch you on the next.
Consider subscribing if you have not. And journey to 50,000 subscribers. Guys, we'll be having our first live when we get to 50,000 subscribers. So share with your mom, share with your baby, share with your husbands and brothers and sisters. Everybody.
We promise it's a PG platform.
It's not a diddler. Guys, bye.
There.